Hello and welcome to another episode of the Contractor Grow Show. My name is Mark Lamberth. I'm your host. Today I'm speaking with Dean Snyder at Deck Daddies in the Lake Norman area of North Carolina. Dean, thanks so much for being with us today.
Mark, it's a pleasure. I'm looking forward to this. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, fantastic. So we've been talking here before the show already. I've thoroughly enjoyed our conversation so far. Really looking forward to this episode. I'd love to hear, Dean, to get started, just what services you're providing these days for your customers.
What we do is a turnkey operation. Clients call, they find us, and we're 90% repeat and referral business. So they pretty much know who they're getting, and what they're getting that we offer is extremely good design. We've won national awards for our designs. So they come looking for something different, something that will maintain their value in their existing homes. So we do mostly design for decks, trellises, sunrooms. We used to build custom luxury homes. So we're bringing that background with us. Some of the top homes in the nation we've won awards for. So we've scaled back. So now we're just doing our decks. We used to have the home building and the deck building company. We're in Wilmington down in Wrightsville Beach. So we're building on the beach, right? And these guys all love their big decks. So we scaled back on the homes now that we're getting a little older. And it's a lot easier working with a client for just a couple of months instead of a year and a half. And they look for our design expertise and our attention to detail. That's one of the biggest things. We go down to just like we did with our custom luxury houses, we take that principle and apply it to decks. Little things like how you end a staircase and we just got a job because we showed the other contractors. They had six contractors out. Normally, I won't even bid on that because they're just going for the low ball. But this was an interesting one. Their handrails, they're using a composite board that was sculptured on the bottom. It's like sculpted out. You'll see that with Trex and a lot of the other guys, TimberTech, are doing that. And they were just going to cut that board square on the end. So you'd see, going up the handrail, you'd see all those little scallops. Well, we put 45-degree on that and clean it just like the interior of a house stair railing. So you got this nice look. And that's the type of detail we do, but we do it at every little facet of that deck. It's well thought out. Our steps generally are 14 inches deep instead of 11. So when you walk up and down the steps, it's a lot easier to transfer from one area to the other. Mm-hmm. Plus, if we do a deck we're doing one right now with 20-foot long steps, 20 feet wide. It's only 3 steps, but it's 20 feet wide. So those 14-inch deep treads gives them a place not only to sit plants, but it's seating. So you can sit on that where you can't on the narrower steps. So those are the type of things that we bring to our clients. We think outside the box. I've got a degree in art and design. I've taught green building technology. I'm certified nationally to teach construction. So we research the heck out of everything we do, and we bring it to our client.
That is amazing, Dean. Do you guys also do all the installation as well, or just the design of the decks?
We do every bit of installation.
Sure.
I have 2 small crews and a project manager who bounces between them to keep them supplied. So all they have to do is install, and these guys are as good as it gets. Our last client doubled the price of the work we were doing for them because they found out we could do interior doors and privacy screens, all sorts of things that a normal deck builder won't do. So that works out really, really well once they find out our capabilities. The guys who are in the field working for us, they work for us, not for anybody else. and we talk constantly. If they have a question in the field, like before I talked to you this morning, I got a FaceTime from them, which is what technology is wonderful. We just do.
Yeah.
And they say, what do you want to do with this corner over here? Should we put the bench out over a little bit? Should we bring it back? How are we going to interface with the house with our boards so it looks nice and clean? So we talk to each other. They have a saying, they have a little saying in the field, WWDD. So they have a question out there. They look at each other and they go, all right, WWDD. And what that means is, what would Dean do?
Right.
Then I get the call and I say, okay, guys, show me what you're doing. What do you want to do with this? Okay. Because they know, don't mess with my design. They build it to the most professional quality you could imagine.
Oh, man. So you guys are in the Lake Norman area. So this is a little northwest of Charlotte. Absolutely stunning area there.
Yes.
You've been in this area for a long, long time building, right?
Well, we were in Wilmington down on Wrightsville Beach for 20 years building. About 5 years ago, we moved up to here because
I see.
Son got married, had a baby. Well, grandma has to be up here. So we sold everything down there, sold our businesses, came up here, started Deck Daddies NC up here because I sold Deck Daddies and Wrightsville Construction in Wilmington. Okay. So we are mostly up and down the lake. It's a big lake. So a lot of our jobs are actually all around Charlotte. And we go to States, we go over to Concord, Kannapolis, Salisbury, anywhere around the lake. So we're probably within a 60-mile radius is what we're comfortable with. And we're busy.
Okay. So you had been down in Wilmington. I mean, you're building 10,000 square foot houses, just high-end, luxury properties. And then you moved into, kind of pivoted in a major way to building, designing, building, I suppose luxury decks. I mean, these are high-end, beautiful deck projects. Tell me about that transition from going to these massive, new build projects to now working outside the home.
Okay, the transition is simple, less stress. That pretty much sums it up, because I would help design the client home or design it. And with my background, I would choose all the colors and the textures, everything that went into a house on the interior, the exterior. I used to be on the board of directors for the National Kitchen and Bath Association. I design all of our kitchens that we install. So what we've done is we've taken that type of workload, which was immense, and I had to have a much bigger office staff. We've reduced it down to mostly me and a project manager doing the designs and the workup, the takeoffs now. So it's a lot less time spent with a client. It's a lot more time spent with family, which is wonderful. It's a nice transition. And, we're just as busy as we were then. Yeah, but the projects are just smaller and more manageable. And we're having awful lot of fun with it. Our clients, our last two clients came to me and they took me aside and they said, your crew is the best crew we've ever seen. They show up on time. They show up every day. They clean up at the end of the day every day. Mm-hmm. These people have never seen stuff like that, Yeah. They're wondering, well, when's the crew going to show up? Well, we don't do that. We're there. And our clients have given us they've given me the feedback, how happy they are with the people that we put, the quality people that we put on their site, on their project. Mm-hmm. Where the transition becomes even easier, because I'm not relying on a ton of subcontractors, when they're going to show up, when our material is going to show up. You may have 10,000 pieces in some of our homes that we were building. Well, now Now I've got a handful of pieces,
Yeah, right.
much nicer. But we've got people starting to ask us, one of our neighbors, because I took a year off and built my own house. And then the neighbors started asking me, well, would you build ours? Would you do this? I said, no. Pretty much done. We've just
Out of
had
business.
we've just had a client ask for a $250,000 addition. And I said, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You gotta watch going down those rabbit holes.
Yeah,
See what it'll tell you, right?
Oh man, how fun.
Yeah.
Well, Danny, what a great story. It's so cool. I mean, I would love to sit here and chat for hours. If folks are looking for a great deck, designer and builder to work with in the, Lake Norman area, all the way down to Charlotte, kind of in that, 60-mile radius around that area.
Yeah.
What are some of the best ways to get in touch with you guys?
Well, best way is to go on our website, deckdaddysnc.com.
Okay. Great.
And they'll find a phone number, which will actually go right to my cell phone.
Okay.
It's not the cell phone number, but the number on there, 5,000, will transfer right to my cell phone.
Perfect. Okay.
That's the easiest way, deckdaddysnc.com.
Great. Yeah, and they've got their portfolio there. You can see all the beautiful work that they do.
They can look at some crazy stuff we've done. We've done curved decks, circular decks where we'll melt Trex. We'll take it up to 230 degrees. It's like a piece of spaghetti. We can do big curved steps with it. It's a lot of fun.
Oh man, that's wild. Wild stuff. Well, fantastic. We'll head over to deckdaddysnc.com. It's deck and then daddy's DADDY and then S, DADDYS NC.com, and take a look. They've got the portfolio there. And it sounds like it's just a really fun company to work with, to have a deck built or to be on a crew of. And so if you're looking for, if potentially there's some openings, get in touch with Dean. Dean, thanks so much for being on the show today. Really appreciate hearing the story.
Mark, it's my pleasure. And it's been wonderful talking to you. You're absolutely fantastic host.